everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel, and if you're watching on if you're listening in the podcast, excuse me, thank you so much for being here. So there are things in life that you look at them and I cannot believe this is happening. Today is February 1st, 2024. I just got so upset right now because I found out about something that took place over this past weekend here in Connecticut. So as you guys know, I've been following the Troconis case since I heard that Jennifer Dulos was missing back in 2019. And I understand that when people go through trial, they are innocent into proven guilty. I understand that. I also understand that there's a lot of footage that came out last week regarding, or this week maybe, when Michelle Troconis was seeing in surveillance camera for these Dulos on the Starbucks, right? And I spoke on my Twitter account regarding them and their body language. It was very telling to me. It was very shocking. The same way that I got very I guess you can say emotional when I saw Jennifer Dulos' bloody clothing that was presented to evidence a couple weeks ago. And it's very heartbreaking. The whole situation is heartbreaking, to know that there are 5 children that don't have parents right now, and to know that everything is being exposed and that their father took his own life, and now he was having an affair with a living girlfriend, and they were going through a terrible divorce, and now the case is on trial. And to see the evidence being presented like that, and to see that Jennifer Dulos was actually murdered, after you look at all the evidence and all of that, and you know that the family just declared her dead this year, like beginning of January, officially declared dead. I think everything is very sad, and I don't understand what's going on with society these days. And I think we need to be so careful. We need to be so careful about in this case, the Michelle Troconis case. We as the public, we're not picking a random person out of the streets and saying this is the person who did it. We're looking at somebody who moved in with a married man, okay, who was upset with him because he had a visitation in the patio 3 days before his wife went missing. We're looking at somebody who actually said in interrogation videos, oh, Jennifer had a mental illness and I don't know what she could have done to me and my daughter, and basically flipping everything. Besides my opinion, anything that I have to say, once you start looking at all the evidence that there is against Michelle Troconis, right, because she's the one that's on trial right now, and you see what happened with Jennifer Dulos, you see how her clothing turned up, you see the other surveillance video of them dumping trash bags on Avenue in Hartford, and to know the horrendous act that was done upon Jennifer Dulos. And I noticed things, and I noticed that there's something going on with the news outlets here in Connecticut. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's the point, but I feel like they're being so cautious in the sense of they're not willing to be open when it comes to that this was a domestic case episode that happened to Jennifer Dulos, that she was attacked in her home and she was murdered, and we see all the evidence of that. But I also been noticing that there's some type of moral and prudence and just respect for the family of Jennifer Dulos that is missing here. And on top of that, what I'm going to tell you guys is that I discovered that over this weekend, just this week, today's the 1st of February, just this weekend, on January 27, Michelle Troconis' friend or partner or whoever he is. He's a visual arts artist. His name is Maurice Casas. He actually been working on an exhibition of art pieces regarding the Michelle Troconis case. This is a slap in the face, to be honest. I don't understand how this is even allowed. I don't understand what the domestic violence organizations are allowing this to happen. How is it that you have somebody on a trial right now for conspiracy to commit withholding information about what happened to Jennifer Dulos, who was murdered by her husband? And this artist didn't have enough prudence to say, maybe, he can love Michelle Troconis if he wants. He can be their best friend, the life partner, whatever. And I understand there's a lot of people who believe that she's innocent. That's their opinion. That's okay for them to have that. But there's something called prudence, okay? And it's called prudence is the ability to govern and discipline oneself. The use of reason is classically considered to be a virtue, and in particular one of the four virtues, okay? The quality of being prudent and have cautiousness. No matter how much you believe that Michelle Troconis is innocent, you need to understand that she's being trial right now because somebody got murdered and she's being accused of withholding information. Perhaps you could have waited until this whole trial was over. Okay, perhaps you could have waited and have the decency and the moral, the prudence to be like, you know what? As much as I love her and I believe that she's innocent, maybe I'm gonna hold on into this. To know that this past weekend here in Connecticut, in Avon, Connecticut, okay, and this is associated with the Farmington Valley Art Center, gave space to this artist called Maurice Casas to have an exhibition regarding the innocence of Michelle Troconis, who is on trial right now. That's just crazy to me. It's a slap in the face. It's dehumanizing Jennifer Dulos. Is no respect for her family. Okay? There is something called prudence. And this is happening right now, right here in Connecticut. It happened. It was full house, by the way. People were gathered together to see the exhibition of this man who believed 100% that his friend is innocent. And like I said, that's his belief, and that's okay. That's what he believes. 2 weeks ago, we were looking at photos of the bloody clothing of Jennifer Dulos, who was attacked and murdered in her own home after coming back from bringing her children to her school. She was the victim of a domestic violence episode, and I cannot believe that there is not an organization that support this type of acts and say, how is this Farmington Valley Center for the Arts allowing this to happen? Allowing people to gather and celebrate somebody who is on trial right now that perhaps in a couple weeks we shall see will be either guilty or innocent. How is this not allowed? Like, there was nobody who say, hey, why don't we exercise some type of respect here and wait until this whole trial is over? Why don't we exercise some type of moral and prudence in this situation now? And yeah, we understand perhaps Maurice is a very skilled artist and he has been working on this project for a long time, but there's something called having morals and having prudence. And it is crazy. It's also crazy for me to see. I don't understand how is that you have the lawyers going at it in the court on a day-to-day basis, and Michelle Troconis is sitting in her chair just on her phone. And I don't know who she's talking to. I don't know that, right? So you have the judge, because I've been watching the case live. You have the judge saying, do not discuss the case, do not look at media, do not discuss on social media, whatever it is that he says every time they go on break, every time they break for the day. And the person who's being on trial right now is comfortably on her phone during the trial. She's being caught a lot of times. I don't understand I don't understand how this is being allowed. At the end of the day, the trial has not ended yet. I don't understand how Farmington Valley Art Center is allowing a space for this project to be presented about somebody who perhaps has some type of, she's on trial right now. I'm just saying, perhaps, right? Because she's, it hasn't been done yet. They don't have a verdict yet. They're not even delegating yet because it's not over. I don't understand how this is being allowed. And it's just very shocking to me. And I think it's a slap in the face for the families, for the family of Jennifer Dulos. It's a slap on the face for all of us who followed this case, and it's a slap in the face for anybody who has been a victim of domestic violence. They should have exercised some type of moral prudence in this case and be like, you know what, Maurice, we're going to wait until everything is over to give you the space to do your exhibition about the innocence of Michelle Troconis. And you know that that's what this exhibition is all about, because on his Instagram, I was able to find that he speaks about how she's innocent, and she, the media has been putting her as guilty, all of that. You guys can look it up. That's the thing that people want to say, this and the other, she didn't have nothing to do. All of this opinion is based on the evidence that's being presented. Okay, but it's just so shocking to me that this past weekend, while we have the state persecuting her, Michelle Troconis, regarding whatever charges she's facing right now, that's why she's on trial, you have in the same town, in Avon, basically next to Farmington, you have an exhibition being celebrated, full house, about the innocence of Michelle Troconis, with complete disregard that the whole reason why she's in this mess that she created for herself is because Jennifer Dulos was murdered. That to me is just shocking, and I cannot believe this is being allowed. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel and listening on the podcast. Have a good day. God bless. Hi everybody, this is Julissa. I'm here to invite you to my podcast, Julissadesigns, and it can be found on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can join me every day as I make episodes of the latest news, real life stories, and I also share my favorite Bible verse. Hope to see you then. God bless. Everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you want to know more about me, you can always visit www.julissadesigns.com. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.